Hello and welcome to Videomon and Gizmos channel. Today I have with me a director from Argentina. Really creative, really kind of up my alley when it comes to movie making. And I'm really proud of having him on my YouTube channel. So if you want to know more, stick around. Welcome back to Videomon and Gizmos channel. Today I have with me one of my favorite fresh new directors in the world. He was born in Buenos Aires. In 2020, I had the pleasure to meet him there. Demián Rugna.
Hello. Thanks for your words.
Thank you. And you were also so nice and helped me find a crew to shoot some of my scenes for a documentary I'm working on when I was in Buenos Aires. And special thanks to Alejo in Argentina. I went home to Norway and looked up your films right away. And the only feature that was possible for me to find was Terrified. And I gotta be honest, I went in with really low expectation. People who follow my channel know this. I struggle with new films. But I have gotten into South American horror for the last 4 or 5 years, thanks to Winger Syndrome and Severin Films and all of the great boutique companies that release a lot of these amazing works, and that's especially also genre films I'm talking about now. But your film really it blew me away. I was so super happy to see a director who dared to do something that both reminded me of the film style from I would say actually the film style that mixes like 70s and 80s, my favorite time period, that really dare to give the audience time to breathe, but at the same time have the tension there all the time. So it really blew me away. And I've been looking for your older films since I saw Terrified, but as it is with these South American films, they have been impossible here in Norway almost to get hold of, except on VHS maybe, for years. But yeah, I've been looking for after your films, and there's especially a film you made that called Cursed Bastards. I believe it's the American title for it, that I really want to check out later on. So I'm really hoping that somebody will grab your films and release them on physical, or maybe you can help me after we're done with this. But then there was some year and a pandemic and almost a third world war, and then I suddenly got a rumor told me that you were coming out with a newer film, like a new film, when Evil Lurks. And right away when I heard that, and I don't get that with a lot of new films where I just need to see it right away. And then I heard that it was already out on video on demand, I believe, or was it streaming? I'm not completely sure. After a lot of hard work, I got to see it, and I think that movie it's maybe similar, but it's up there with the first one or over it. I don't know. It's but it makes me so happy that I found your films and everything, and I'm just looking forward for your next project each time. How do you look at your own films, and do you feel that you take inspiration from other films?
Where my inspiration came, I guess it came from my real life, not from movies. Some situation in my life inspired me. Little situation probably inspired me to make a story about that, about what I saw, and obvious my inspiration, my movies inspiration are from the 80s, because it's my generation. Is where I grew up. Is where I felt the magic of the movie in that period of time. But I guess things that happen in my real uh, world inspired me to make the stories. Obvious, there's a couple of filmmakers that love inspired me as Guillermo del Toro, as Sam Raimi, John Carpenter. But I guess it's a part of my day where I learn about things to make in stories. All the time I think my stories came out from me when I found two ideas that nothing that there's nothing in common. I mean something separate ideas, but I need two to create a new world. Yes, I guess when I found two ideas, it started a new story.
What I find most interesting of what you said, Andrea, was that you were going straight to the 80s because that's what you grew up with, the same as me.
Yeah.
But I also feel so much, but you probably saw a lot of films from the 70s as well during the 80s. So I feel so much the 70s style also, because the 80s for me, it's often a little bit fast-paced storytelling. A lot of commercial reasons was in the 80s. But I found what really made me love your films is that they feel original in a time where I don't almost feel any original ideas or films coming out. And that's, I think that's the main reason, to be honest.
Well, it's in my it's thank you. It's my intention. It's no easy to say I am trying to make original stuff, but at the same time I want to uh, earn money with that.
¿Qué carajo es eso?
Obvious, I like to make movie for audience. I'm part of that audience. Make horror movie. When you try to make something different in horror movie, probably it's a hard. It's too hard because there's a lot of horror movies around the world with different budgets, with micro budgets, small, medium, big, just theatrical. But the point is, this is a genre which is commercial. So you have all the months or all the weeks a horror movie in theaters, which means there's a lot of teenagers who love to go to the theater and watch that movie, which is great because I'm a horror filmmaker. But the point is, the audience all the time is a new audience because there are a lot of young people who pay the tickets for go to theatrical. That's where the studios use the same pattern to make movies, to make horror movies, because it works in the past. It works 10 years ago. It's gonna work today with the new audience, and it's gonna work 10 days, 10 years later with the new audience in 10 years. It came something fresh or something different. Probably uh, the mid-age or adult people fell in love with the new stuff or new filmmaker as Brandon Cronenberg, I don't know, Hereditary, all of those elevated horror. Uh, but but yes, it's no easy to find a way to make commercial for all audience of horror, not for all audience of age, for all horror lovers, to make it commercial and also to make it uh, original. My goal, I'm trying to do both. So make horror movie for audience, but give something fresh, give something, yeah, give something original to the movies. I'm glad you recognize that sign.
Absolutely. Yeah. I already said it 2 times now, and it's not something that I give away often nowadays. It's when I got I'm a big movie collector. Like I collect what I love, and I try new stuff and so. But when I got this one,
I love it. I love it because I don't have it. I don't have it. It never. I don't know what happened, but all the distributor promised me a Blu-ray copy and never came. There's a new one which a new release in German. I guess it's coming to my house, uh, but today I don't have one copy of Blu-ray of my own movie. It's weird because I'm living in Argentina. I don't know.
yeah, you got to push for it. It's they are holding back. They want to sell most copies.
I do.
um,
I do. I'm next trip to France. I guess I'm going to France in January. I will buy a copy if I find it.
yeah, yeah. You should just ask the people in the store, "Hey, I directed that film. Can I please?"
Give me for free.
Yeah, I can sign the rest you have. Um, yeah, I think that your films will get physical, like better physical releases in the future because they just need to. It's like I have horror friends from around the world, and I would say that your films is starting to get really out there. At least as for how you say it for from my point of view. I still think give it a year or two, and I think that you will become a big shot.
Yeah.
um, it takes time. As I said, in Norway, we almost don't get films from the whole of South America when it comes to pure genre films. They are really tricky to get a hold on, and
Yeah.
it's so sad. The main reason, or the only reason, I created a YouTube account or a channel was because I really love physical media and in many ways restoring films on physical, because then I know 100% that I have it till the day I die, and also nobody can do anything with it, like censor it or can like destroy the art in any way. So that's why I'm really in love to the physical. But
Mm.
and I already said that South American films has been really tricky to get a hold on, at least before many of these boutique companies come around and pick them up. Do you have any idea? Because I'm just thinking, I'm not that familiar with America, North America, and South America. Do you have any idea why North America hasn't focused that much on South American films, especially genre films, before?
ID. You mean when you mean ID is
Yeah,
what
if
do
you
you?
have any thoughts on why, like many of the great films that I have now, though, was impossible to get in North America or Europe for many, many years.
I guess it's not easy to have a release in physical here for
Mm,
movies
mm,
because we don't have a really market here for that. Um, I mean, uh, I have one, two, three movie previous Terrify. I never had a Blu-ray copy from here. Even Terrify, which it means a big success, never has never has never published in Blu-ray in Argentina. Even in South America, we have the release in Blu-ray in England, German, Japan. I get the States, but it's we don't have the market first of all to here down here. I mean the own public own audience are not used to buy Blu-ray copy from our own movies. It is expensive to do it as a producer. I mean, my first three, even terrifying, my movies are not from a big studio, which means I, as producer, must to pay the Blu-ray copy to make, and I have no market here to sell. and it's not easy to export from here because of a lot of regulation with the exchange rate of the dollar. Probably when I thought to make a Blu-ray here, my own, of Terrify. It was a lot of money to as an Argentinian, because and I don't think I can earn money delivering from here to the rest of the world because it's expensive. I guess you never find Blu-ray copies from horror movie from South America. Probably you find a couple of movies, but the release is not from here. The release in Blu-ray, the physical release is from Europe, from another country, but not from South American countries. That's what happened down here in Argentina. It's too hard, even in the famous movies from here. It's not easy to find a Blu-ray copy original from here. Yeah, I guess it's happened more now. Is well, physically it's just for collection, and I don't think down here there's a lot of collectors. But yeah, yes, I guess it's a market problem and money problem from here.
How is the movie industry in Argentina right now? Is it state funded? Some of the industry in films in Argentina, or is everything private capital, like private money?
Well, the last time was changing a lot.
Yeah.
We used to make movies with institute from the government, from the state.
Yeah.
Which is good. After pandemic, the institute allowed to OTTs as Netflix, Amazon, Paramount to make movies. Not allowed. They ask to them if they want to have a business here. You must to make our own movies too. That's why those OTT were working in the last 3 years with a lot of series and movies. At the same time, the institute were decrease the quantity of movies and quality. I mean, they lose a lot of money, and it was a mix between a part of our filmography where was from the institute, another part was from the OTT, which means the OTT get the copyright for them. Now I know the OTT are they are left getting out from the country. At the same time, the extreme right won the election, and the extreme right is about to close the institute. They said we don't need movies, we don't need to spend money movies. So we are in the transition to know what is going to happen next year with movies. At this point, the unique way to make a movie is for a private financial from money from the exterior from another country. I hope the institute get strong again and make movies again as in the past, but I don't think so. It's gonna happen with this government. So I don't know. It's hard to answer that question because it's changing month a month. All the day is a new bad news.
Yeah, but I understand that. I'm just terrified when stuff like that happens because you can lose years from a country of great art, and just because some stupid politicians think something. So,
Yeah.
but it's like that in every country. I think every country is almost every country is struggling nowadays. So, you already went into this, but about you said you love the 80s and stuff. But do you have any more reasons? Because I will bet that, or I know, going into directing, making films, it's not something that just, at least for me, it wasn't. So I'm just, why did you choose the profession as a director?
Wow, it's a really good
Oh,
question.
and writer. Sorry, and writer also, because you write also.
Probably that's the answer because I want to write. I
Okay.
want to tell a story. But it's a good question because all the time I'm asking myself how and why I'm here. uh, yeah, I think this the I cannot be a director without writing. For me, what I want to make is to tell a story. I try to make it as comic drawer when I was young. Then I tried to find a way writing, and then I found to direct my short movies, and I feel comfortable. But the point is, I want to tell story. I want to tell something. If you came here and you try to hire me as director, I don't work. I don't feel comfortable because I need to tell story, my story, not your story.
Yeah.
And yeah, probably I am a frustrated writer, but even I'm a script writer
Yeah.
now. But yeah, yes, I guess it's I need to tell you stories. That's why I'm director.
And I think there's also a good thing for me to hear that you are focusing on your own stories rather than being paid by somebody to direct just a project, because then I have a hope that you will keep on doing these kind of films that makes me happy. I just want to talk a little bit about Terrified.
Tito, ¿por qué viniste a visitarnos? ¿Qué es lo que te trajo hasta acá?
Can you explain, because you already said that you don't have like a big studio in the back of this production, and I remember you told me during when we had dinner that it was a low budget movie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
three. It was 350,000
Dollars or
dollars.
yeah.
From that, in that time was 20 25 days for shooting, which is good. But low budget is it depends where you're shooting.
Yeah.
Probably if I shoot that movie with the same condition in the States, the movie gonna cost 10 or 15 million.
Yeah.
It depends where you shooting, but it is a low budget because the concept of the movie is a couple of houses, a couple of actors, and trying to solve all the story in the same neighborhood. I guess it's a small movie. And obviously I didn't have a, a lot of money. Yeah, but it was okay. I guess I needed 1 week in addition, but well, I couldn't get it.
The reason why I ask is not because I think it looked, because I would never have thought it was a low budget film at all. I think it looks expensive, but the main problem I often see in films where you focus around one house or one apartment or stuff like that in films, I think you managed to get away from that problem, because there wasn't a point in the film where I felt that it's low budget because they are trapped in one apartment, one location. It feels like a full universe. It feels like I almost know these people are going to shops and everything. You know what I mean? Because you cut out of the house a lot, and I just think it's the mood and everything also in the film that just makes the budget seem high.
Yeah, it was a low budget. It was a low budget. I mean, it used to happen down here on that time where I shoot it. Probably the movie cost at the double. I mean, around 400,000, 500,000, and I made it almost a half, and the results were good, were the same. But yes. But as you said, there's a lot of love to make the movie that you cannot pay that. I mean, a
Yeah.
lot of love to in all camera movement and all post production element. I made my own a lot of things, trying to save money, trying to I don't know. I made VFX, I made music, I made a lot of things in post production to save money. And if you need to pay that, probably gonna be a higher price for the movie.
Yeah, stuff like that eats the budget.
Mhm.
I especially found the cinematography and editing in your films amazing. It's something with the timing and everything. You're letting me dwell on a scene just as much time I need before you go further. And I found a lot of films nowadays have the kind of what I call the MTV cut that started during the 90s, where you don't let people breathe between stuff. And that's something I appreciate a lot. But when you go into the pre-production of these films and you think about the final result, is that the word? Yeah. Do you how close to, let's take for instance when Evil Lurks, when you had like the storyboard and everything like that, how close to the final product today or the final film today would you say you were already before you started filming?
If I get what I thought and the final result,
Yeah.
uh, yes, I guess it's an 80% what I planned. Um, when Evil Lurks, when Evil Lurks, in this dog scene, I had the idea to make, I tried to make all the sequence in a sequence in just one shoot, and I tried, but and I did it, but not for complete. I did it in the first half of that sequence of the dog scene was in a one shoot, but in some part of the shooting day I couldn't reach the complete shoot because we have a kid, we have a dog, we have effect, and it getting harder and harder. And I decided, okay, this is moment. I cannot do it as I planned it. I need to modify, and there is where I mean I grow as an editor, so I know where I can modify in the process. And so I changed my initial idea, but I guess then the next scenes that you saw in the movie, there already was in my storyboard, as I said. Obviously, all the time when you make a horror movie, you depend of not only your idea, it depends of what is happening with the effect, and the effects not all the time works as you thought. and probably you are thinking to have a movement of the camera, and what is impossible because you didn't take account of that this puppet, probably you have a guy moving the puppet and it appears in the frame, and you need to modify all the time. I have my planification with the storyboard, and then when you shooting that, you must to modify at 20% of what you planned. This is what happened with mine, because the effects and probably where the light is placed, you cannot pass with the car, or you cannot cross with the actor from there. You need to modify in the moment. But it's truly important to have a planification when you shoot a horror movie, because you don't have time to improvise or to think on that moment. You must to run all the time to make the all what you want to make, and it used to happen you don't have time.
What's really interesting about my experience when Evil Lurks is that, and I think also it's part of the reason why I was so happy after watching it, was that it even like there are two scenes in the film that will last with me forever. I will not spoil anything for the audience here, but I can just say it like this: you have the dog scene that will ruin some of my life, and then you have the scene with a woman eating. I can say that much.
Yeah.
But you also have the thing that scared me the most, and that's something I love. That's why I watch horror films. It's you have a quote in the film. I'm not exactly sure if I say this correctly, but a quote that means the churches are dead.
Okay.
And just by hearing that in kind of the beginning of a horror film, that's more scary than saying civilization is dead.
Yeah.
Because it's the only safety I believe humans have when the world goes to hell. It's there is even if you're not into Christianity or Muslim or whatever, like I think it's the only safety we have left, and when
Yeah.
that's dead, I think so I love that, and I never seen that in a film before, where you kind of push that in the face of the audience early in the film, and it's yeah. So I was thinking of that through the entire film. Okay, what's the safety here?
There's no hope.
No hope. Yeah. That's a good way to say it. I will just say that in Terrified you had the makeup effect you use, and I'm not saying this in any bad way at all, but it's my English that could come wrongly out here now. But I'm gonna try my best and ask you a question, of course. But the makeup effect I see, and this is kind of how I experience, because I have, like, on the table here, I have like 40 at least films from South America, mostly from Mexico, because that's the one I've seen most from. But what I love about South American films is that I think it's kind of I don't know if you do this on purpose down there, or if it's kind of, I don't know, into your culture, or if it's just me seeing something no one else sees. But I feel you push the makeup a lot more than I'm used to in European films and in American films. Like, you dare to go, if you have like the dead kid in Terrified. I don't think we could have done that in Norway, because if we had done that, we wouldn't know how to light that or how to film it the right way, and it will look kind of theatrical in a way. But you film it in a way so it looks real, and it drags me a little bit over to the got horror in a way.
Yeah. Well, this is a good observation. I don't realize how and why, because it's part of the process of my movies, and I cannot recognize if my colleague from South America makes something similar, but you, with your point of view as a European, probably are the correct guy to know that more than I and more than us. But yeah, probably your observation. I would take of your observation to know to pay attention to that. Yeah, but probably we live in I don't know, a violent society down here, and it's but I don't know, I don't know specifically on that. No.
No, I just wanted to ask you that because I've been thinking about it for the last 30 South American films I've seen. It's something that I loved. I love. You can even see it in Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro, he made one movie in Mexico called Kronos, and then he did it in Spain and the States.
But also Alexandra Ingles. No, Alexandra Witching and Bitching and Action Mutante and
Alex de la Iglesia.
yeah.
Alex, yes, well, he's from Spain. He did the movie down here. He did the movie.
Yeah, Perdita Durango.
No, he did that in Mexico.
Okay.
He did the bar. Down. It happened in Spain. Yeah, no, he's European. He's not.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Good
from
to
Spain.
know.
Yeah.
And I also think you push the borderline between the grotesque kind of stuff, but you never cross it. So it goes. I feel it's kind of into the narrative. You can call it like a mainstream film,
Yeah.
if it like, but you never cross the line. Is that something you think of when you write the script there, or going into pre-production of your films?
Well, actually, I like to play with that line. I like to play with that border of grotesque. I guess I crossed the border in whenever left, and I return, and I work in the border of that. In my third movie called You Don't Know Who Are You Talking To.
Un gato, entonces. Un gato mataste. Neta, duelo a muerte. Justamente a mí ya duelo de muerte. No pasa nada.
No pasa nada.
¡Boludo! ¡Apagalo! Es muy boludo como para tramar esto solo, este salame.
It's a black comedy with a lot of grotesque. I have a 3 short movie as black comedy with a lot of grotesque. Even Cursed Bastard is a mix of stories with a lot of grotesque. The grotesque is part of my style. Probably Terrifier doesn't have grotesque, but it's part of my style. The point is how much I give to the movie and how I can return from that. Because when I show something grotesque, and you are working in a serious movie, you need to know how to return, and you need to dosify those elements. I guess when Evil Lurks works, because it's a couple of moments of grotesque, but the story is much more of that. You have a script, you as an audience are involved with the characters and what is happening. You are scared, and something grotesque probably just give you a moment of a bad moment just for that. But I love the grotesque. I love the because I made movies and short movies with I love the black humor. I guess I'm making horror movie because I love black humor. Grotesque are joined with black humor.
There's a new form of terror, and it comes from inside.
What's the kind of stage in the process where you're making a film that you like the most? Like, is it direct, like being on set, or is it editing, or pre-production, or script?
In pre-production, I'm happy, but when the things is not happening, I mean, when the location are not coming and the actor, the casting, I hate casting. I hate a lot of part of the pre-production. And when I'm shooting, when Evil Lurks, I shoot it 40 days, and I guess I enjoy 4. 4 days enjoy, and the rest of the day you could enjoy for a while, probably a moment, and then it's too stress, and trying to solve the problem, trying to predict the next problem, to it's too hard to being shooting a horror movie. And then the post production probably is the part that where I feel more comfortable because you are relaxed and it's you against the material that you did. Yeah, I guess it's the part that I enjoy more than shooting. It's weird because there's a lot of directors and a lot of students which love the idea to be shooting all the life. I like the shooting. No, the shooting is the worst. Or even my wife. My wife is the production designer.
Oh, nice for both of your.
For all my movies. And
really good work.
Yeah, and she's around, and when I shoot the movie, I'm involved in my direction job, but at the same time, I'm involved in the production designer process during all the day. So both work together, and my work is in addition for her, and her work is in addition for mine. So we get a lot of stress together because all the time, 24 hours, we are working with both jobs. I'm working with her stuff, and she's working with me. So it means if I'm divorced, probably I'll be more relaxed. Also her.
Yeah.
So you know that.
I also work with production design and props. That's my main profession. So and I'm used to, when I work on low budget films, I'm used to my apartment getting the most shit because we are always too much work and too less money. So it's but I'm thinking in your case, since it's your wife, it's easier probably.
I'm not working with a big budget. I'm working with low budget, which means what you said. I need to go before the shooting day. I need to go with my car to take some prop from some place and go with her with another place to find 1 hour less, and working in the art department also, and which is more stress. But I love it because is, as I said, is one of the thing that I can control also, and I can add something extra from me to that to help to improve that. That I love it. That the point is big stress also.
I'm from a really small town in Norway. It's not a town even. Like I have my family or my upbringing had nothing to do with film, but I fell in love with the magic from all around the world on the screen. But I'm just thinking, when I traveled through my first festivals and stuff, and I met many of the gods out there, like the people I saw as like the kings in my life, many like you meet the big guys and stuff that you have watched films for since you were a child. Have you had that experience when you have traveled through festivals and stuff with your films? Met some of the legends and some of the people that you have looked up to?
Yeah, obvious. I met a couple of people which they are big one. I don't know, Roger Corman. The difference is when that people really inspired you to make your movies. As when I met Guillermo del Toro, he's a really inspiration for me. I remember I was in Belgium. He was there. I returned from France. I went to France, and I returned to Belgium just to saw him in the festival. That means I was a big fan of him, and I have a little conversation of 2 minutes. And the point is, after 6 months, he called me to make the remake of Terrified, which was, you can imagine, you know, he's a god for me in that time, and he called me. It was extremely weird, but funny at the same time. But yes, I now I'm trying to when I receive news some okay, James Wan is a big fan of you, something like that. It made me laugh because it's ridiculous and weird how your real world is connected with the fantasy, and the fantasy those guys and those movies where you grow up to watching it. Even when I was in LA past month, in October, I found James Cameron watching my movie in a theater. Yeah. It wasn't a festival. It was a commercial release in a theater. He paid the ticket to go there. I found that. It's ridiculous. It's not. It's as where this bridge is small. All the time you thought it's a long bridge, but it's small. Movies and art make it possible to connect people who start to make movies as trying to know famous people. Yeah, no, it's weird for me. I used to laugh a lot. I think it's ridiculous, but at the same time, I'm trying to live it as with naturality, because at the end is yeah, well, okay, they are human.
Yeah, I after I saw When Evil Lurks, it got me to remember a quote from Dario Argento that I always like after he made Oprah, and it's and he said that it's a very cold film, a hopeless and dark movie with no hope and no love into it. And when and not Love Into It, but Love with No Love, I think was the last. And I think I'm really into the Italian films also from the 70s, and I think that it reminds me a bit like that, where you are on a journey. There is love between the characters, of course, and everything. But for me as an audience, when I left the cinema of When Evil Lurks, I felt like the world was destroyed. and you know, it's kind of that's horror to me. It's you shouldn't leave a horror movie with a smile on your face. I think that's that would be sad in many ways. But you've been traveling now with When Evil Lurks, if I understood it rightly, because it has it had this like festival tour already, or?
Already, yes, but we're still in a couple of festivals. I mean, I'm going to Gardner in France, and I guess it's still around in some festivals. In Brussels, it's going to happen. I guess in Bifan in Korea. We have the big wave of festival already happened, and now we are.
No, I think I saw it was in the biggest festival in Norway, actually, TIFF, Tromsø International Film Festival.
Yeah.
I saw it on the. Is this? Do you know if it's coming there now, or was it this year it was screened there? Do you know that? I saw it on the program, but just on the.
Probably yes. I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we are still going to Europe, because we have a release in Shudder. This is the OTT, a horror OTT, but it's for English language. Means the rest of the world, we're still having the time to show it in festivals, and also we are about to have a big release in all Latin America and in Spain. In Spain, we are about to have a release also. And yeah, yeah, I hope to have a release there in Norway.
Yeah, me too. I think it's also been part of Ramaskrik. That's the horror film festival in Norway, if I remember it rightly. You should take your wife and come to the festival.
Yeah, when is it going to happen?
I need to check it out for you. I thought it already had happened, but maybe I'm mistaken. But I saw When Evil Lurks was on the TIFF, the Tromsø International Film Festival. It was on the page for their festival, so I can check it out afterwards and send you a link. I will end the questions now about your films. I will just ask the last question I do to everyone I have on. It's more general questions. It's just about if you can maybe name some of your favorite movies first, like if you have inspiration from movies or just favorite movies, like.
Yeah, it's too hard to answer that question for me. But I feel the best horror movie is an Exorcist. Then I was in love during decades of Peter Jackson, Brain Dead. Yeah, talking about the grotesque. Yeah, I love that movie. I love The Lost Boys, Evil Dead, Friday the 13th Part 2, Friday Night, Critters, Gremlins. I guess all the 80s. Oh my god, I'm old. I'm fucking old. But obvious the movies of Coen Brothers, Tarantino, Scorsese. I mean, I don't need to choose one of them because almost movies from them are my favorites. Pan's Labyrinth. I'm trying to be more from here.
Yeah, but that's good to recommend some films from South America. Also, if you can do that, that would be great.
From South America, yeah. Well, we have a lot. I love an Argentinian movie called I don't know what to say in English, but in Spanish, El Aura. Fabian Bielinski movie from Argentina, one of the biggest filmmaker from here. And yeah, well, even the Mexican new directors I love. Amores Perros. Yeah, I guess I'm not a curious taste. Probably when I talk with colleagues, they found hidden treasures and weird taste. I guess I don't have a weird taste for movies and filmmaker and classic. Uh, yes, I guess so.
The impact you had, for me, is one other director that has the same impact of a new, kind of a new wave director, if I can call it that, and that's Craig Saylor. I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah,
He's also amazing.
yeah.
I,
It's a mix. It's a good mix because when I saw his movies, I said it's kind of brutality, but at the same time has a good story.
yeah,
It's the kind of movie that when you see, you say, why it like it? Why I like it? I don't know, but I like it. Yeah, I love this. I saw three, I guess, from him. He's a great director.
yeah. I think there's also the similarity between you two, in my opinion, is that both of you are playing in kind of a new way, worse with the cinematography and the editing. I don't know where you are going with the technique on set, where you are going with the camera, Max. It's like the shot you have from inside the car without spoiling anything when somebody is eating in When Evil Lurks. I found that shot terrifying. It was that's not the place I want to be. I want to be on the outside watching what is he seeing here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I love that you put the camera there, and I'm trapped with the man, and also you dwell on that. So I have time to get afraid. Your favorite director or artist, even if you have any, it could be painters, musicians, directors, actors.
Yeah, I love it a lot. Cliff Barker as writer. I guess Guillermo del Toro and Tarantino are the top guy for me as directors. I love music. I have a band. I love Megadeth, Symphony X. I am a heavy metal music listener. Guns N' Roses. I guess my world is around is small as a consuming art, and yeah, I guess those are my favorite artists in general. Is yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
Because when a new movie came from Tarantino, a new movie came from Del Toro, I'm bound to watch it.
yeah,
The same happened with those artists that I mentioned it, and the difference between them and the rest of the artists, I don't run to buy it or to watch it.
yeah.
But yes, with them, it connects my life. I mean, my teenage, uh, my my childhood. Yeah.
Do you collect anything yourself?
Thanks God, no. But but I collect. I have my toys when I was a child. I keep them, and I try to collect GI Show toys. It was too expensive. I never had a lot of money to spend on toys. If I had it, I surely I'd be a big collector, a big collectionist, big. But I never had money, and the problem was uh, that problem was good for me because I save a lot of money.
Yeah.
But no, I don't. I am not a I know used to buy stuff. I have my own where when I was a kid, I keep that, and then the thing that audience give me, I no, but I know I don't buy Blu-ray. I don't buy new toys. Um, bought it.
Yeah.
But no, I'm and I probably, if I did, I became in as a vicious. It's I know I will become in a big collectionist,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
Thank you so much for being part of this. I'm really happy, and I wish you all the best in the future. And I hope you come out with many more original written stories by yourself, directed by you, and everything.
Thank you, Rainer, and well, I hope you see you soon. I hope you see your documentary, and well, we keep connect and see
Yeah.
what happens in the next following years, and we're gonna have a new video together, and our English gonna improve, I guess.
Yeah, I hope so. It has to. No, but thank you so much. We'll keep in touch, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. See you.
Yeah. See you. Bye bye.